So today in this video, we are going to discuss about the deductions that are actually allowed under the new tax regime. There is a list of deductions that are disallowed and only these particular deductions are allowed now. So let's look at these carefully so that you can take benefit and lower down your taxable income. Number first in the list is transport allowance. But the thing to remember here is that this transport allowance is allowed only in case of specially able people. Number second in the list is conveyance allowance. Allowance is also allowed to be deducted under the new tax regime. Number third is compensation received to meet the cost of travel on tour or transfer. So, in case you are in receipt of any compensation for cost of travel on tour or transfer, you can easily claim that under the new tax regime also. Number fourth is your daily allowance. Daily allowance is also allowed under the new tax regime. Any perk for official purposes are also allowed to be deducted. Voluntary retirement, that is section 1010C, gratuity section 1010, leave encashment under section 1010 AA, you can claim exemption for all these three. So if you are in receipt of any of these, take benefit of these sections. Number third is interest on loan. But again, here, interest on home loan, the thing to remember here is that this interest on home loan is allowed only for let out property. So the 2 lakh deduction which we were claiming for self occupied properties under the old tax regime is not allowed under the new tax regime, and only interest on home loan on let out property is allowed. Gift up to rupees 50,000 is also allowed under the new tax regime. Employer's contribution. So in case of NPS, people often get confused whether we get deduction under the new tax regime in regard to NPS account or not. So you will get deduction only in respect of your employer's contribution to the NPS fund and not your contribution. So the deduction which we used to take under section 80 ccd 1b is not allowed under the new tax regime, and only your employer's contribution which comes under section 80 ccd 2 is allowed. And here is section 80 jja. So additional employee cost, it is in case of employers, whether individual or entity, who provide employment. So section 80 jja deduction, JJAA, it is JJAA, 80 JJAA deduction is allowed to them. Standard deduction for salary people, standard deduction of 50,000 is also allowed under the new tax regime. Family pensions income. So deduction for family pension income, which is somewhere around 50,000, 15,000, or one third of the family pension actually received under section 57 clause 2a is also allowed under the new tax regime. So take benefit of this. Then we have this new deduction, which is section 80 CCH2 Agniveer Corpus Fund related. So it is also allowed under the new tax regime. So it is the list which you can refer and take benefit of all these deductions under the new tax regime and lower your tax liabilities.